Hello, everyone. This is Bruno with a new segment called 10 Minutes or Less with Bruno No BS. A very simple and casual interview. No fancy cameras here. Today, I have the honor to speak with a legend in our roofing industry, the president of one of the largest roofing manufacturers in our planet, with more than 17,000 employees, Fortune 500. My good friend Gunnar from Owens Corning. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Good morning. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to be here.
Tell me, how long have you been in our roofing industry?
Yeah, so use the word legend. I don't believe that, and don't remotely sign up for that. But I have been around the industry for a while. I interviewed and ended up taking an offer with Elk. Some folks out here might remember Elk Roofing Products out of Dallas, Texas, and I took that role in '98, late '98, early '99. And then in 2008, I joined Owens Corning. So I'm in my 22nd year in our roofing industry.
Okay, when did you realize roofing would be a career for you?
You know, I started in sales in Nashville, Tennessee, and I fell in love with the people. I fell in love with the industry. I fell in love with the fact that it was a building material that wasn't completely tied to new construction, and ultimately it protected, you know, oftentimes people's largest assets. And so the company, Elk, was a good place for me to enter the business. And I had a good experience there. Then when I was fortunate enough to find Owens Corning in 2008, it just accelerated that. And you realize how many friends and colleagues you have around the country, and it really becomes a part of your DNA. So I knew along that time, along those 20 years, every single year, there's something that reminds me why I'm in this industry.
How much pressure it is for you to be the president of a giant manufacturer?
You know, I love the business enough and know enough about the business that I wouldn't call it pressure. I do feel an obligation to a bunch of employees, obviously. I feel an obligation to the folks that are shareholders in our company, for example. I feel an obligation to our customers and people that rely on this to put food on their tables. So there's pressure around that, but overall, I feel really confident because I know this business well. I know what we need to go do to execute, and so I don't really think about it as a pressure spot because of the role I'm in.
How hard it is to separate business and family?
You know, I think it's challenging for some folks. It's been challenging for me over the years. There are times that, for example, I may take a new role and the pressure of trying to get my arms around that may distract me from, you know, being the dad of 3 daughters that I am, the husband that I am, the son that I am, the brother that I am, et cetera. But I think if you ever find yourself in a situation where you can't find that balance, you really have to step back and think about how you're structured, because it's not sustainable, in my opinion, to not have a good balance, because over time, eventually you're going to burn yourself out if you work more than you should, or you don't work as much as you should, et cetera. So for me, it's all about management systems to balance the workload of getting my job done, but also giving my family the time they deserve.
I absolutely agree with you. Another question I need to ask: why Pink Panther? When did Pink Panther came to the history of your company?
Yeah, well, I wish I had my marketing vice president here, but I'll tell you that a long time ago, even I talked about another manufacturer I was with back then. There was Woody the Woodpecker. Owens Corning was Pink Panther. It was kind of a trendy thing to do in the industry. Fortunately for us at Owens Corning, the Pink Panther has resonated well with people and really has become a big part of our brand. And also, you know, Pink Panther continues to evolve, I guess I'll say, in the marketplace. There was a movie that was released just a few years ago, right?
Yes.
So it continues to resonate well with people, and we've stuck with it, and we continue to get really positive remarks on using the Pink Panther.
I actually met the Pink Panther in an RAU show.
Well, you know, my kids think that that's my boss.
There you go. It is your boss, probably, right? Hey, any future technology or products coming eventually to help? I know it sometimes could be a secret, but any technology you guys plan to come up on the next year or so?
Yeah, there is anything that we have that we're launching, of course. Yeah, I'm not able to talk about that. So thanks for kind of giving me that out. But I would just say in general, I think the whole industry is thinking through how to make our labor more efficient, how to protect homes, how to protect buildings and structures better, more efficiently, et cetera. I think we think a lot about the environmental impact of our products and the sustainability of our products. So we're all working on those things, I believe. I know at Owens Corning we're working on those things. And I think you'll continue to see an evolution of products that help with what I would say are industry issues or concerns. So our focus is really about that.
I think any manufacturer, if they want to be successful, they need to, of course, always improve themselves, just like your company do. What do you see for the future of our roofing industry, for the new generation coming up right now?
Yeah, I think it's a really exciting industry to be in. And I said earlier that every year something reminds me of why I love this industry and why I chose this industry, et cetera. But I think for folks coming in, there's a lot of excitement around one. I mentioned that oftentimes a person's largest asset is their home or some building that they own, and our industry protects that. So there's a lot of pride in that for me, and I hope for people that come into the industry. Two, I think the technology is evolving, how we sell, the supply chain, right? How products are installed. All of that is evolving, and technology is being used to measure roofs, et cetera. So I don't think it's, our granddad's business anymore, if that makes sense. I don't think it's right. The old, of course, we have craftsmen in the industry that are very good at their trade, but it's not completely dominated by that anymore because it is a lot more technology. And I think the future of our industry will be around solving things that attract people, solving things that slow us down from a supply chain or an installation standpoint.
Any messages out there for the people watching this video, my followers, people that follow you and listen to you? It could be towards the coronavirus.
Oh, towards the coronavirus. Well,
it could be.
When I think about the virus and the business that I manage, I often find comfort in that while our economy is going through a lot, not just here in the United States, but globally, there's a lot of pressure on tons of industries, I guess I'll say. But in the roofing industry, we protect things that are very important to people, number one. Number two, it's a needs-based business. So I think most people choose to put a roof on, replace a roof, et cetera, because there is a need there. So we're a little bit insulated. I mentioned that I was attracted to building materials that weren't completely tied to new construction. That's one of the things I love about our industry, the fact that, housing starts or building starts don't have to occur for us to have business to go do. You have all the existing housing stock, for example, that will eventually need roofs. And when those things occur, when problems occur, homeowners and property owners really don't have a lot of patience, right? They want to get the work done. So it really isolates us. So even though this virus has clearly impacted how we sell, it's impacted, our distributors and how they get jobs, a product out to jobs, et cetera. I think in general, we're a little bit lucky that we're isolated somewhat from what's going on globally.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you accept my invitation, Gunnar. Be safe out there. And if you need anything, please holler at me, buddy.
Always great to talk to you. Take care. Thank you.
Take care. Be safe, buddy.